Welcome to the Gray Area. It's your man Kevin Gray of 105.3 The Fan. Appreciate you letting me jump on the 105.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe here at 105.3 The Fan's YouTube channel. And don't forget to listen to all of our great shows every Monday through Friday. Sean and RJ, 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. The KNC Masterpiece, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The G-Bag Nation, 2 to 7. And the Nosebleed Seats, 7 to 11, right here on your home of the Cowboys and Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, they fall to the Philadelphia Eagles 23-9 on Sunday Night Football. It wasn't all Gucci for your man Ben DiNucci, as he turned the football over a couple of times, although not nearly as much as your man Carson Wentz, who continues to play like hot, flaming garbage, as he turned the football over 4 times, including 2 interceptions to Trayvon Diggs, his first 2 career picks, and he fumbled the football twice, did Carson Wentz. But despite that, the Eagles did just enough, I guess, to win by 14 points. Although the Cowboys defensively did play their most inspired football game all season long, with a season-high 4 turnovers against the Philadelphia Eagles in that particular football game. DeMarcus Lawrence was all over the field making plays. Trayvon Diggs, yes, got beat for a couple of touchdowns, but at the same time continued to fight to make plays and was able to make a couple of plays with the 2 interceptions that he had. Although the run game was still pretty pathetic, Boston Scott seemed like he was able to have his way and his will up and down a porous Dallas Cowboy run defense. You saw enough bright spots, it felt like, from the Dallas Cowboys, especially with the measure of fight and the measure of resolve that they had, at least to put forth the kind of effort to make it look like they're buying in at least a little bit to what Mike Nolan and Jim Tomsula are trying to do on the defensive side of the football. The much maligned Mike Nolan and Jim Tomsula this season got a little bit of measure of vindication somewhat after the performance that the Cowboys put on the field against the Philadelphia Eagles on the defensive side of the football. Offensively, it just wasn't going anywhere. Although the Cowboys tried a bunch of trickeration and double and triple reverses. They had a couple of failed wide receiver pass plays with your man Cedric Wilson that went nowhere, as he got sacked twice on both of those plays. You saw some wildcat. You saw some different kinds of things to try and throw off Jim Schwartz's defense for the Philadelphia Eagles, but really to no avail, because you had a rookie 7th-round draft pick playing in his first career start in the National Football League in Ben DiNucci. It wasn't going to work out. I don't know if Michael Gallup and Ben DiNucci exchanged gifts or whatever this past week, but it seemed like Ben DiNucci's favorite target on Sunday night was Michael Gallup. And the Cowboys find themselves falling to 2-6 on the season. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles have put a stranglehold on the NFC East at 3-4-1. Yes, the NFC East is a combined 8-28-1. That is how pathetic and putrid and how bad the NFC East is this year. Yet someone has to win this division, unfortunately. And right now, at least it seems that the Philadelphia Eagles are in the proverbial driver's seat. But au contraire, mon frere, Stephen Jones, the Dallas Cowboys chief operating officer, got on 105.3 The Fan on Monday and told the KNC Masterpiece, guess what? We're still in this fight. We're still in this thing. We're still in this NFC East trying to win this thing. Stephen Jones giving that answer after responding to a question about why the Cowboys ultimately decided not to trade Aldon Smith. And the Cowboys COO says, we're still going for this thing. And I'm just like, excuse me? Look, I know it's been tough times for the Cowboys this year. They've dealt with significant injuries to significant players on this football team, namely their franchise quarterback in one reign, Dakota Prescott. But to tell me to my face and the rest of Cowboys Nation that the Dallas Cowboys are still in this NFC East division is a little delusional. You say, Kevin, what is Stephen Jones supposed to say? What is he supposed to do? He's not going to get out here and tell you that they stink, that they're a bad football team. He's going to continue to sell you hope that the Dallas Cowboys in this pathetic NFC East can find a way when Andy Dalton comes back to be the quarterback of this team. And I say, I don't care. Reality is this. When you have a problem, you need to admit it in order to try and start to fix it. And the Cowboys have got a bunch of problems that they need to admit to. Namely, that they're a really bad football team, especially most of the time on defense. Offensively, it comes and goes. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown, though, in the last 2 weeks, which really is kind of frightening to think about, especially against the teams that they've played against in the Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles. But yet Stephen Jones is going to continue to peddle out here to you and I that the Cowboys still have some measure of chance to win this division. Guess what? They do not. And I wish Stephen Jones would give the Cowboys Nation, Cowboys fans, a little more credit for the brains that they have in their head to know that what they're seeing on the field is not jiving with what Stephen Jones is saying coming out of his mouth. The Cowboys are a bad football team. I know it. You know it. We all know it. And guess what? That's okay. And if Stephen Jones would give the Cowboys fans a little more credit for their ability to critically think about what they're seeing on the football field, he would know that Cowboys fans can handle it. You don't have to sell us hope, Stephen. You don't have to sell us on the idea that the Cowboys can somehow make the playoffs when we know they are not going to do it. It's okay. We can handle it. We're big boys and girls out here. But just start admitting that you have a problem and that you need to fix it, and start to fix it the best way you can by reevaluating the talent and the coaches on this football team. And what you saw on Sunday was a measure of what the Cowboys could be defensively if they were a little more consistent, a little more buy-in to what Mike Nolan and Jim Tomsula are doing. And you heard from Cowboys players say that they had their best week of practice, and where have we heard that before? But it seemed like that actually translated onto the football field in terms of some belief, some confidence, some continuity, even though your man Jalen Smith still looks lost and befuddled out here. But it's okay. The Dallas Cowboys are careening themselves toward a top 5 pick in next year's NFL draft. As Jesse Holley said, sometimes rebuilding finds you. And it may be the destiny of the Dallas Cowboys this year, that destiny has been found in the idea of rebuilding and retooling. And the quicker that the Cowboys embrace this and get rid of delusions of grandeur about making the playoffs this year, the better and quicker this can happen. So Steven and Jerry, you don't have to get out here and sell me. You don't have to do it. You don't have to sell us. But you do have to start admitting the problems that you have and convincing yourselves that you need to fix this. I don't need you to be convinced of the team that you have. I need you to be convinced of the idea that you can fix this going forward with better talent and better evaluation of the players and coaches on your roster. Until the Cowboys do that, they're going to be stuck doing the same things that they do week after week this year, losing football games. But hey, we welcome the Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt to AT&T Stadium. Good luck with that, Dallas. Good luck with that. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, also at Kevin Gray Sports. And don't forget to subscribe to the 105 Through the Fan YouTube channel. Until next time, peace.